This is 13 Minutes. I'm Elliot Reeves. My guest today is Rob Quarm. Rob, how are you, my man?
I am very well and healthy.
Glad to hear that. It's great to see you. It's been a wee while.
It has been. You know how long it's been? It's been pretty much exactly a year.
Has it really?
Because I got a memory through on Facebook from the Wim Hof experience we did.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was an unbelievable day.
yeah, that was awesome. I think we could do with a bit more of that right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So tell me, how's lockdown been for you?
Been strangely positive, actually. Um, it's been an opportunity to get to things that I've been putting off and connect with my family in a way that I've not managed to in the past. So yeah, strangely, it's been good. Obviously, there's a lot of horrible things going on out there, and a lot of people working very, very hard. And but for me, despite business changing, slowing down, income changing and slowing down, it's been a really positive experience to get to all these things.
Mm-hmm. I see you've got your punk fitness T-shirt on there. Speak me through, like what's happening business-wise for you, and how are you coping with that?
So obviously the gyms are closed. We're on lockdown. We're at home.
Okay.
So the way I've adapted to that is I've been doing live stream classes, either from indoors if it's raining, but most of the time from my back garden.
Nice.
And that's it was predominantly for my personal training clients at first. And then more recently, I've opened it up to the wider public and put it onto ClassPass. So actually anyone can access it if they want to.
Brilliant. Cool. Where
So
can people find that?
you can get that on ClassPass. You can jump onto my Punk Fitness page, either on Instagram or on Facebook, and you'll find lots of links. I've also been doing like live stream free classes as well,
Mm-hmm.
once a week on top of that. And so yeah, a lot of fun.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I know you like a bit of a deep conversation, so we'll dive right in.
Okay.
These are quite sort of macro topics, but they're ones that just interest me. I guess that's how I'm built. How do you think the world might be different after the sort of coronavirus is, dare I say, blown over?
Do you want my optimistic answer or my
Well, let's start with that, and then see where we're going here. Jesus. Okay, brace yourselves.
no, I think it's kind of like, have you read the Sebastian Junger book, Tribe? So like,
I've not read it. I know it though. I know of it. Yeah.
yeah, it's quoted quite a lot. So like, I think the whole experience for a lot of people has been that sort of blitz mentality, camaraderie, kind of chipping together. What's your most important things. Being alive, and the people that are close to you, and the time that you have with them. And I think if people can harness that and latch onto that, and dare I say it, leverage that a little bit, and work on it a bit more, I think that's an incredibly positive thing to come out of it. I know certainly it's opened my eyes and broken down some walls between family members and what have you, and bonding.
Okay.
But there's I think it's a little bit scary that the governments can do so much so quickly, and
Okay.
like they can, in a good way, but like, do we want to control like movement forever? These sorts of things. Obviously, like restrictions are in place for a reason, but I don't know. It's just a little bit scary how things can change so quickly. So it would be worrying that they changed for the worse forever.
Okay, that sounds quite libertarian, and it sounds quite a conspiracy theorist. So, like, I mean, if you want to go there, then what sort of conspiracy theories have you been looking at, and what are your thoughts?
No, to be honest, I've not like wasted my time too much on
Okay.
kind of thing. I've been incredibly busy trying to be as productive as possible, but I don't know. I guess it might be a little bit of like the lockdown blues talking. I'm everybody's missing the freedoms that we were enjoying previous. So um, I guess the only fear I have is that some freedoms are won't be there in the future. Like, maybe even like sort of concerts and gatherings. I like to go to the odd rock concert with my brothers and my sister or whatever. She's not been to one yet, but her
Hmm.
kids have. But these sorts of things. Are these mass gatherings a thing of the past? Are we going to lose businesses? Like, the gym I work for is a small company. How's that going to be affected long term? Restaurants, these sorts of things.
Hmm.
So I guess that's a worry. But beyond that, I think the positivity aspect of people looking out for each other and seeing what's the heart of the matter in their lives is an important and powerful thing.
Yeah, yeah. I see. I just really don't know where to sit on the whole, how much are things going to change debate. Because some people I speak to are like, oh, they're desperate just to resume their ordinary life. Go back to normal. But then I think, I mean, speaking from my own experience, I'm probably going to be a little bit defensive, maybe,
Yeah,
around how I sort of act and conduct myself. I maybe not be quite as reckless, just going out and touching surfaces and whatnot. Because I mean, I've not been that well for the
yeah.
last couple of weeks. I was pretty ill, and I don't really want to have to go back to that.
I guess it all depends on how it's affected you and what's your experience been like, throughout
Yeah,
the process. We've been incredibly lucky, and we've not been adversely affected, and for the most part, we're quite home orientated anyway. We've got a small young family. We don't go out anymore. We're not drinkers. Like, we don't miss a lot of the things that people will be missing.
yeah.
So for us in this house, it's not much of a problem. But I guess if I was 10, 15 years younger, I might be thinking about it in a different way.
Very much so. I know I would. What changes would you like to see in the world then?
Uh,
Looser government, more anarchy.
um, I just think, more connection, more compassion, more respect for your fellow humans. Like there's the way that we've turned around and changed our perspective on first responders and the healthcare workers, and like they're getting a lot more respect, which I think they're due. So like these sorts of things are incredible. Um, I would hope that sort of thing sticks. The unity and the family bond. I hope these things stick.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, maybe like stepping into like the more digital realm of work. Perhaps that's a pathway for many people. Um, Obviously, there's people that simply can't transfer their work in that capacity. I've been very lucky. I guess there's been no better time that this could have happened, from for what's available for me to try and connect to others and help people with their health and give them exercise that they can do at home.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, for example, he's a joiner and carpenter. Like he's not got that choice. Um,
Yeah.
so so yeah, maybe there's people that are going to sort of branch into different things and take it as a positive opportunity. And for others, then afterwards they're just picking up where they can and carrying on.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. What advice or insights would you give to anyone that was having a difficult time at the moment?
I
don't know that one.
That's Alexa in the background just screaming at me. Did you hear that? I'm not speaking to you. Unbelievable. The question still stands, though. Not for you to answer.
I think perhaps being okay with not being okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
accepting that you are going to wobble and not feel great, and that's okay. To like embrace that a little bit, and then if you need to reach out for help, then go and find that help. Like, I like a little bit of self-help. So I've been doing some courses for myself, sort of CBT type courses,
have you? That's
learning
cool.
a little bit about self-compassion, about limiting beliefs, and how to switch those around and make them more positive and such, and just trying to get empowerment from the situation. I've been very busy, like making sort of daily journals and to-do lists and all these sorts of things, and reflecting on wins and areas of improvement, and like gratitude and lessons learned. And I think for some people that might be a little bit OTT, and that's okay. I think you just need to find the pace that you want to go at, and whether if that's pulling back and not pushing hard with sort of self-development or CPD or like learning or whatever, then that's cool. And if you want to go headstrong into it and burn all that sort of nervous energy that we've got right now, and put it into sort of a productive way, then that's okay too. So I think it's just about finding that balance point for yourself, no matter what it is, whether it's more, whether it's less, and and just seeking the comfort from the people that you love.
Yeah, I like that. This is a big question for a short conversation, but in what way has your relationship with yourself changed recently?
I guess confidence, perhaps, doing things like this, live streaming. So you're going to get over yourself pretty quickly and kind of get on with it, and adapt on your feet. So that's been cool, and then that's gone hand in hand with the course that I've been doing on the back burner. So yeah, and a few other things that I'm developing, like you. Funnily enough, do you remember helping me build my website?
Yeah.
I've been redoing that.
Awesome.
I've been doing a little podcast course. I've built like landing pages, all these things that I've never done before.
That's awesome.
And then the whole live streaming and, just lots of different stuff, like looking at my coaching, and developing as a coach, like through the PFCA. They're a free course to upskill coaches for nothing. And that's been one of the most valuable things that I've done. And it didn't cost a penny. It's just free on Facebook for coaches. And so, yeah, it's just kind of building myself up to be like a stronger, better person with the time that I have, and trying to manage that in a household where you've got, your partner is working as well from home, and you've got two
children.
So it's all a little bit crazy, but we make it work.
Yeah, awesome. Where can people find you, Rob?
You can find me on most things entitled Punk Fitness. So Instagram, Facebook, my website, punkfitness.co.uk, which is get in there. It's not quite finished yet. And yeah, they can just reach out to me in those channels. And class.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, it's been awesome speaking with you. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a long time, so we'll undoubtedly do this again at some stage. And look after yourself.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Cheers, man. Take care.